Welcome back to Arifureta Anime Review episode number 16. This is reviewing the 24th episode of the anime known as Betrayal! Yeah, I had to say that because, well, the way I say it, I actually borrowed that from a YouTuber who does not do reviews anymore. You're probably thinking, which one am I talking about? Spoonie. Yep, I borrowed that from Spoonie. You're probably wondering why he doesn't do YouTube videos, why he doesn't do any videos anymore, views. Last video he did was 6 years ago. The reason why he stopped because he told a very inappropriate joke on Twitter, a very bad one. Yeah, there's a Down the Rabbit Hole episode basically explains that. Look up Down the Rabbit Hole Spoonie and he explains everything. I love the guy's videos, but my gosh, what this guy did, yeah, it's a good thing Linkar does bring it back in the show because of what he did. He doesn't even do streams anymore. He actually did streams afterwards, streaming our video game he wanted to. I think the last one he did, we did a police one where he basically was ranting at it. No, seriously, that's literally what the guy did. And you're thinking, why am I talking about a YouTuber instead of, talking... Oh, yeah, he did a game called Death Standing. Yeah, it was a live stream of that for this thing called Livewire, and this was a year ago. No, seriously, it was a year ago we did it. I could do a whole video thing about Spoonie. I could. It just depends. Okay, in the case of this episode has from the rest of chapter 4 from the book. Starts on page 169 and wraps up with page 210. Yep. I kind of predicted based on the episode title that we would basically wrap up chapter 4, and I was correct about that. We pick up exactly where we left off last week, where Eri was responsible for the Void virus is what they call it in the anime. And she explains what the heck this thing is. And it's strange, to say the least. Okay. Now, pretty much what's happened, she explains of why she did this. Because she's in love with the hero, Corey. And apparently, he had no attraction to her for some reason. Apparently she was so desperately to be with him that she literally turned evil, killed a lot of soldiers, including the commander of these soldiers, even his vice commander. He actually disappears, by the way. No, it's not really quickly what happened to him. And in case you're curious, though, did the anime cut out what happened to him? No, they don't. Of course, in case you're curious, though, is there anything particular cut from the scene? Mostly some lines, but mostly put the anime keeps pretty, everything in. Wow. For a whole episode that covers, from the book, exactly 42 pages. Excuse me. Yep, 42 pages. So, yeah, she basically did for him, and she basically walks into Corey. And by the way, one of her brainwashed soldiers, which by the way, she reveals all these soldiers are dead. And the only reason why these guys are still around, are still moving, is because of necromancy. Yes, seriously. Necromancy. Apparently, she used a spell on all these soldiers. What appears to be about 50 soldiers here. And she does explain, yeah, this took some time to do this. Yes. And then she, kisses Corey. Yeah, kisses him. And, oh yeah, I did this for you, because... And, of course, Suzuku points out the obvious. If you're in love with him, why didn't you just confess to him? It's oh no, I couldn't because all you were around. I'm really? This is your motivation for killing a lot of soldiers, convincing one of your classmates to work with you in order to kill all these people just to get the one guy. Wow, this motivation is so weak. And she said this in the book too, so a lot of our conversation is kept from the book, which is shocking to say the least. They're actually, the first thing they cut from here was a mention, like, and what happened with Lily and Corey? Like, oh, I had nothing to do with that. Which, that's true. Yeah, that line was actually cut from the whole mentioning what happened to those two, complete cut from there. My guess, time. So, after she finishes talking, and of course she actually shows off her ability in the episode, she proceeds to kill one of her classmates get killed by being stabbed to the freaking chest, and using a spell on him, and he gets resurrected as a puppet for her. Yep. And this whole entire sequence lasts for a good 5 minutes of her just doing all this. Suzaku cannot move. And then all of a sudden, like, she want to kill Suzaku. Like, she proceeds to take a sword and try to stab her. And then she's blocked. You've been thinking, did she move? No. Corey shows up and restrains the maid. And then, of course, she proceeds to heal her body. And then she gets stabbed to the freaking back by Kazuro, the guy who actually that Eri was working with. And by the way, Lily's here too. She gets knocked out really easily by one punch. Are you thinking, really? The Princess of the Kingdom, the one who helped them get them back here, is knocked out by a single punch. I'm sure Brady Knickerbocker probably not going to be happy about that when she gets to this depth of this episode. Yeah, and she only gets like one line the whole episode. I remember rereading it, I think she got like additional couple lines, but I guess they decided to cut that out because not much time here, because they're adapting literally 42 pages for a 23-minute episode. So you're probably curious though, asking, Nick, is Hydra going to show up any minute now? Yes, he is. And despite the fact Corey's been said, like, oh, as we go, she's going to kill, like, Corey Reinfire, her best friend, and then Hydra shows up, like, what the heck is going on here? He proceeds to have, and of course he knocks it. He basically just speeds right to the other guy, punches him away with one punch. Like, wow, he punched a freaking wall. Yeah. Oh, by the way, how has he handled this episode? The most cartoonish way possible. Kick him, and then he gets killed by demons. Yes. And if you're curious, though, did this happen to him in the book? Yep. Everything involved with that character was kept from the book, surprisingly. Which, yeah, that's interesting, though. Like, every single bit with him in this chapter was kept from the book, which also makes him the second character get killed off. Like, officially, anyways, of the class, he is officially the third person to get killed. First one was shot by Hydra in the first season. Second one was killed by, a zombie soldier. This one was basically killed by demons. Though he was a traitor anyways. So then he proceeds to take out a barrel gun, massacre the entire... By the way, he briefly fights Mel, and the hero does free himself. It's not like basically like, haha, and then he shows up. The hero does free himself, surprisingly, from his restraints. Which, by the way, he was restrained not by his hands, but apparently... Eri decided to give him a neck brace. For reasons. Yeah, that's never explained why she really was... She was obsessed with him. Yes. I'm sure a lot of ladies probably consider this guy to be handsome, but the extent that she went through was complete utter nonsense. Yes. Seriously. And of course, they all get the weapons back, and... they proceed to fight back against the brainwashed, the zombie soldiers. Then, of course, then Hydra shows up, takes out the other guy, and then, of course, he takes out the soldier, takes out his freaking barrel gun. And then Freed shows up. He's like, haha, I've got my soldiers here, we're gonna kill you. And then Hydra's like, activates treasure trove, takes out this weird looking triangle orb, and unleashes a laser beam that pretty much vaporizes the entire demon army around that Colosseum. And seeing this sequence, I'm like, they literally ripped this off from a James Bond movie. Yes, seriously. And if you're curious though, is there any anime that uses a laser like this? The answer is no. I have never seen an anime that did this. Now, there have technically been 3 James Bond movies that use the whole laser vaporizing stuff. Diamonds Are Forever, GoldenEye, and Die Another Day. The version used here is from Die Another Day because it's a wide beam. The one they had in GoldenEye and in Diamonds were basically like a small beam that's kind of big, but not like where it's like open wide, just vaporized. The whole sequence is literally ripped off from Die Another Day. A James Bond film that's not very popular with a lot of James Bond fans. And anybody can tell this whole, like, apparently we basically pulled something from another movie. This time being Die Another Day. Last one being frickin' Dune. It's the first time a 7 episode did that. And he's like, damn, basically get angry. Of course, his hand starts bleeding for some reason. And then he gives, by the way, the whole thing with him giving Ari a look, and the Ari just happens to be on his dragon afterwards to go back in the portal. Yeah, the whole thing was that's the anime. My guess is because Ari just doesn't really do anything afterwards, doesn't get any dialogue. My guess is that sequence was like I was reading the thing, like there was no mention of it at all that Ari rode him away. That probably something that happened in. They probably added that there because Ari is not there. By the time it's over, so they gotta get rid of her somehow. So have her go off with the bad guy. Yep. And by the way, Corey is like her soul's been saved, but Kang's like restored by something interfering. And then all of a sudden, Xia Yu shows up, and then we had to go to the mountain, aka Divine Mountain. And of course, basically after healing everybody, Haidama does promise Shizuku. He does promise her she will see Corey again. And then that's where the episode ends. And she will. And you're probably thinking, okay, what exactly is going to happen to Corey? Well, that's going to explain next episode. I'm not going to spoil it per se, because it's quite of a weird thing that happens to her that basically it's still going on in the books right now as of book 11. Yes, seriously. Yep. And I gotta say, for the season so far, they're doing a really good job keeping a lot of stuff in and taking their time adapting these books. Like, wow. And here's the thing. Episode 11, and we're only on book 6. Yes, seriously. At this point of first season, we just got the book 4. Yes, book 4. We just got book 4 at this point in time. We finally get to book 4. Yeah, 4 books in 13 episodes. This season technically did finish up the 4th book in a handful, like the first 5 episodes. All I think, but excuse me, I think they skipped episode 3 when it comes to adapting book 4. Well, the epilogue, anyways. But at least they finished that up, and here they have pretty much in a way just about finished the book. So, what is there left to go per se? Well, the title of this episode is from Chapter 4, Betrayal. Yep. It is basically the title of Chapter 4, though the title of the next episode, A New Journey, is not from the book itself. That was the title made for the anime. The actual that's probably going to adapt is Chapter 5, The Events of a Single Day. Yes. And it's weird, though. Main villain in the story, and yet... yeah, it's kind of weird though it's like that. And yet she becomes this. Like, what happened with her glasses? Never explained. Yeah, it's never explained at all. Yeah. But yeah, not much else to say about this particular episode. It was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You might be a bit irritated with the first 5 minutes, but still really good episode. Yep. And here's the thing. I have not heard a confirmation exactly how many episodes season is supposed to have. Like, if it's supposed to be 13, that would be actually something. Because here's the thing. Next week is the first day of April. Yes. Well, next Friday is anyways, but the 31st is probably going to be episode 12. I don't know if that's going to be the final episode of the season. I do not know. The only one I have seen confirmed where the next episode is going to be the last one is going to be Attack on Titan. That's a definite for that one. The other ones, I have not heard a confirmation yet. I haven't heard a confirmation of a date when Shaman King ends. Yep. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for Signal of You. I was hoping to do one more video tonight, but it's already 11 o'clock. It's not like I'm getting late. I go work tomorrow, but nope, my day off tomorrow. Excuse me. Yes. It's just getting kind of late. I'll probably discuss the Comic Corner tomorrow along with Shaman King, How Race Over the Kingdom, Case of Vantos. And no Case Ghost episode tomorrow. Nope. None. When the next episode is going to air? No idea. Because all I'll do right now is the restoration of an old episode right now. Yep. But use the next video, which will be tomorrow. Bye.